go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a key is always better with community. And also, check out our description box down below and join our newsletter. It is 100% for free, and you get a lot of self-care content. So with that, you guys, let's move on to more proof. Let me put this one up. Okay. So for our next story, I've uncovered more proof that Raquel has been lying about the black eye that she allegedly got from Scheana Shay. Now, we all know this story, but let's do a quick recap for any newbies. Allegedly, Raquel is saying that when Scheana found out about the affair, Ariana had sent her the video, or we told her about what happened. Ariana was on the phone crying, and this happened all after Watch What Happens Live, because they both were on Watch What Happens Live last Wednesday in New York City. We should note that Raquel did not call the NYPD. She did not call the police. She did not call producers. She did not call Andy. She did not call security. She called and told no one that Scheana allegedly punched her in her face. I'm confused. If somebody punches me in the face, I'm calling the cops immediately. If somebody punches me in the face and they're my coworker, right after we did a work gig, I'm calling Andy. I'm calling production. I'm calling security. I'm calling the cops. I'm calling somebody. So that doesn't make sense. She also said that she filed a police report with the LAPD. The Los Angeles Police Department does not have the jurisdiction to investigate a crime that happened in New York. They don't have the jurisdiction. So if Scheana allegedly punched you in New York City, you would have to file a police report with the NYPD, where the crime actually happened. You can't even file a police report for something that happened in West Hollywood in Beverly Hills. If you go into the West Hollywood Police Department and say somebody attacked me in Santa Monica or Burbank or Pasadena, they're going to say you need to go to that local sheriff's office where the crime occurred, because they are the people who have the jurisdiction to investigate. So that's also a big nothing burger, red herring lie. We also know that she got this, performative temporary restraining order against Scheana, which anybody can get. You just go in, say something happened to you, you get the temporary restraining order, and then you get a court date, and their court date is March 29th. Now, at the court date, that's when you have to prove your case, have the evidence, have your witnesses, and then that's when the judge either grants a permanent restraining order or they dismiss it. And permanent could be anywhere from like 3 months, 90 days. They have their different, the different timelines and everything. But it's really after the hearing when the judge says this is a credible case or not. So this whole granted temporary restraining order, that doesn't really mean anything. Okay. And again, we think she was just doing that to get out of going to the reunion. And as we've seen, she can't take accountability for any of her actions. Oh, I hooked up with Oliver. It was Lala's fault. Turned out to be a lie. Oh, I've been cheating with Tom Sandoval, because he did all this stuff and I'm addicted to love. Girl, bye. It's just you. The problem is you. But let's talk about when she dropped the photos of her alleged black eye, okay? She dropped photos to TMZ saying that she had gotten this black eye from, and I'm going to show you the photos in a second, but I'm going to wait because I'm going to show you the proof I found, okay? Saying that, this is the black eye that Scheana allegedly gave me. However, as we all know, she's been dropped, aka fired, by 2 publicists. The first one was her original one, who is also Tom Sandoval's publicist, which we understand that's a conflict of interest. If I have 2 clients who both are in a scandal and we might have to blame one and then blame the other, we can't represent both people. So clearly they dropped Raquel and they kept Sandoval on, which makes sense from a business standpoint, to be honest. They have more business with Sandoval and Schwartz. They also represent Schwartz probably. They have more projects, more longevity. We get it. Then she hired Erica Jane's publicist, Jack. This is the same publicist that we've talked about who allegedly, we'll say, leaked all of the Kathy Hilton, Lisa Rinna, Aspen drama. Basically, what he does is, I'm going to set a bigger fire, whether that fire is the truth or a lie. I'm going to set a bigger fire for everybody to look at, so you're not looking at the dumpster fire that is my client's life. Okay? That's basically what they do. Distract to take the heat off their own client. But even him was like, I'm not messing with you, Raquel, and dropped her. And when somebody drops you, it's basically saying that you're fired. They fire you, you know? So even they were like, we're not touching you with this due to inconsistencies, aka, and this was what Dumas said, you know, aka that there was no black eye. So she's saying, oh, I got punched in the face, but there's no black eye, there's no evidence, there's no proof, right? And that happened about Saturday or Sunday. Then all of a sudden on, what's today, Thursday? So this happened yesterday. Now all of a sudden on Wednesday, she's selling these alleged photos to TMZ, right? And we all kind of called BS. We're like, it looks like she's wearing makeup. It doesn't look real. And then she also had her friend, well, now her ex-friend, come out with this. But I have additional proof into this, okay? So this is proof number 1. And then my proof is going to be proof number 2. I'm just giving the background. So this is proof number 1 that was going around. And this is Kale Ramsey Ackerson. She says, so I've tried to stay out of this whole thing, but one thing we're not about to do is lie. All these photos were before Watch What Happens Live. And in all of these, this so-called, quote, black eye was present. At Raquel, this is not how you treat family, but again, everything comes to light. It's not about just coming for someone who is my best friend, but it is you coming for someone who gave everything to protect you, be there for you, and support you when everyone else didn't. I can't sit back and watch you create narrative to save your own butt while trying to bring someone else down as a deflection. I hate it has come to this, but enough is enough. So happy International Women's Day to the women who really stick by one another and uplift each other without tearing the other down. Please get the help you need because this is sick. And then she posted the pictures. So these are all the before Watch What Happens Live. Therefore, this is before the alleged physical altercation between her and Scheana. And as you can see in the photos, the black eye was already there. So logically, based on math, you know, based on time, Scheana could not be the reason why she got the bruises if she had the bruises prior to the alleged altercation. Let's not also forget that Lisa Vanderpump said last night on Watch What Happens Live that Scheana maybe like slapped her or popped her on her face or something, right? Now, I agree with Vanderpump on this one. I think there may have been some sort of a scuffle, whether it was like a push, maybe it was like a slap in the face. I do not think it was this full-on Scheana punching Raquel in her face, and she has this horrible black eye, right? Shout out to my candy canes. I believe it was Julius. He's a makeup artist. You know, we were talking about it last night and he was like, I'm a makeup artist. And it seems like the photos in TMZ, that's a makeup, you know, it doesn't seem legit because she had this scar on her eyebrow, right? And other people were like, this looks fake. Her eye is not swollen. And also when somebody punches you in your eye, you get like, is it capillaries? Like, I don't know what it's called. I don't know. Is it like capillaries in your eye? You get sort of like that redness in your eye, something. She had none of that. Her eyes were clear as a daisy and people were questioning it. So shout out to my candy canes for calling that out. Now, let me find you the proof I found. I'm about to show it to you. I'm going to give you a little bit of a background on it, okay? This is the proof I found. Scheana, I hope you're watching this. I personally don't interact with any of these people on social media. That's just like a personal thing I don't do. But Scheana, girl, if you watch this and you need me to send this to you, feel free to screenshot it, reach out. I'll send it to you. This is what I found, okay? Here we go. So me, I'm minding my business. This morning I'm having my coffee and my tea. I'm doing research for you guys because we have our live today, pulling the articles, pulling the photos. And look what I realized. According to Paige, her scar is now completely gone. Completely gone. The scar is now missing. The photo on the left, and I hope that's the same left you guys have, the one that says TMZ. Is this makeup? Is this an old bruise? This is the photo that she gave to TMZ saying this is the injury she got from the punch in the face. You see on her eyebrow that sort of red mark. That's going to leave a bit of a scar. That's going to leave a mark. That's going to leave something on your face, right? That's going to leave something. That would take time to fade. That would take time to heal, right? One would think. So I'm minding my business. I'm reading the articles. I'm in page 6. They took a photo of Raquel from yesterday, March 8th, 2023. Ice blew up her face, and there is no scar. How exactly did that alleged scar heal and completely disappear in the span of 24 hours? Make it make sense. She has no scar, not even a remnant of a scar on her face. Girl, I mean, this is sick. This is sick. This is really sick. Now, put it down below. We're looking at the same exact photo. Do any of you see any type of remnant of that eyebrow scar that she alleged she had? I don't see any of it. I don't see any of it. The scar is now missing. I don't know about you, but when I get scratched anywhere on my body, I know I have more melanin in my skin than Raquel does, but when I get scratched, there's a scar. There's something. There's a remnant, at least for a little bit. There's no scar. There's no scar. And this is a time-stamped photo, the page 6 one. It's in the article that they put out today when they were recapping Lisa Vanderpump being on Watch What Happens Live. And they said at it, Raquel Leviss spotted out for first time or whatever on Wednesday, March 8th. So this is Raquel's face yesterday. And she's trying to tell us that her scar on her eye healed already. There is no scar. There is no scratch. And more importantly, there's no evidence of it healing. It's gone. It's completely gone. Girl. Oof, oof, oof. Foxy says her nose does look swollen. But, good point. That's what I was going to say about the Scheana thing and what Lisa Vanderpump said. So Lisa Vanderpump was like, yeah, she like either like hit her in the face or something like that. Like, yeah, maybe some type of scuffle happened. But I think, again, Raquel was being an opportunist. I think she took a situation where maybe and I'm not saying this is true because I'm Team Scheana on this one all the way around. Team Scheana 100% all the way around. Maybe there was some sort of like push or a scuffle or like a slap or something. And then Raquel is trying to exaggerate and escalate what actually happened. You know? And also, Barbara makes a very good point. Her nose is swollen in the first picture, not the second. That's also a very good point. And Debbie also says she has nose problem like with James, LOL. Exactly. Exactly. So, and it's also a different angle too. But I think she's just being an opportunist. I think she took something that may or may not have happened between her and Scheana, and she's exaggerating it and acting like it was this big, huge thing that it really wasn't. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not condoning any type of violence, but I've said this from day one, and I will continue to say this. I don't condone violence, but at times I understand it. We are, at the end of the day, human beings. We're mammals, we're animals, you know. When something so jarring and traumatic and crazy making and angering happens, you know, sometimes people pop off. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not condoning it. I don't say do it. But I also think that we're humans. And I don't judge. I don't think that I'm any better than anybody else. And so if I put myself in a situation where I have my best friend, you know, Scheana and Ariana have been friends since before the show. You know, they've been riding for each other for so long. And personally speaking, I would like to hope and think I would never be violent or react in any type of way. I would like to hope and think that, but I'm also a human being, so I understand, you know, how Scheana must have felt in that moment. And I also don't think she was just reacting for Ariana. I think she was also reacting for herself. You know, just like we said before, we need justice for Scheana and Katie. I think Scheana was also feeling her own level of betrayal, you know, because yes, there's a physical act, but there's also the emotional and mental and spiritual act of hurting someone, you know, making Scheana feel like an outsider, you know, her not going to, Katie not wanting to go to her wedding, her not being able to go to the girls' vacations and everything, hers being, you know, being on the outs and being cussed out by everybody because of the whole fake Tom Schwartz situation. So imagine how Scheana is feeling. Not only is she defending one of her best friends for what Raquel did, but there has to be baked in that her defending herself too. Because I sure as hell would feel some type of way if somebody used me to hurt somebody else, Katie, used me to cover up what they were doing to my best friend Ariana, and then also used me in my own fallout. Me now losing friendships, now me looking crazy as hell, now people out on social media calling me a hypocrite and doing this, that, and the third, and how dare you put Raquel and Katie and Tom and Katie together, blah 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 blah. You know, so there has to be some part of Scheana that was just like, I want some justice too, because you played the hell out of me too. And I think she's really just being 100% vindictive and exaggerating, you know, absolutely exaggerating. But I find it fascinating how the scar magically disappeared. There's not even a remnant of it. So who knows? But you guys, put it down below. I always want to know what you guys think. You know, what do you think about this whole situation? What do you think about the scar being here today and gone tomorrow? Is this even more vindication and proof for Scheana? Put it down below. Also, what do you think about Lisa Vanderpump saying, you know, it wasn't a punch out the way Raquel is trying to exploit the situation? Maybe there was like some scuffle or a slap or something, but it wasn't this whole I have a black eye and this scar or scratch on my face situation. Put it down below what you guys think about the whole situation. And then also I want to know, how do you think this is going to play out? You know, how do you think this is actually going to play out? You know, is Raquel going to continue with the whole restraining order? Or do you think she's going to drop it before they actually go to court, given all of the stuff that's coming out? I don't know what you guys think. Put it down below. And what do you think they're going to do about the reunion? You know? what do you think they're going to do about the reunion with this temporary restraining order? I think they'll just kind of do some like juggling where Scheana will be on, but not at the same time, and maybe some virtual stuff, you know? So we'll see. I'm stick around my candy canes because I definitely want to take some of your candy cane questions and comments. But before we do that, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. And also check out our description box down below and join our newsletter. It is 100% for free. So with that, you guys, let's take some of your candy canes questions and comments. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, let's see. Which photo do I want to use? Let's use this one. All right, I'm going to stop at the top. So if I miss anybody's, I'm sorry. Hey, Miss Graham, what is up, sweetheart? Foxy says, hello, Candy and the candy canes. Yes.